If you've had as much trouble as I have putting tires on new wheels, then stick around, because I've got a trick that's going to make life a whole lot easier. If you saw my last video, then you saw me out with the wife's rig, the Red Cat Gen 8 Scout, and I've put these wheels on it that she picked out. Every single video I've seen people putting RC four-wheel drive rims on, they all seem to say the same thing. You gotta buy different tires, or you gotta make a certain apparatus, or you've gotta use longer screws than what they come with. You don't need any of that stuff, guys. And I'm gonna show you what I did to put them on. Look, you'll see, I can pull it back as much as I want. They will not come out of the bead, guys. Okay, these are done right. They do not come out of the bead. I'm gonna take this one apart just so that I can explain. I didn't actually make a video when I was doing these because the first one I did, I got so frustrated because I could not get the bead to stay in place no matter what I did. And believe me, I tried looking up a lot of people who are doing these rims, and there's a lot of really cool information out there, and maybe it worked with some tires or with maybe a different style rim, but I'm going to show you something that's going to work on any rim. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to be RC four-wheel drive. As long as it's the right size, it's going to work. The biggest thing that I noticed online when trying to remedy this problem was that some people were saying that you need longer screws for the hub. And that's just not right, because then you're not actually bringing the inner and outer rims together properly if you have to use longer screws. So that's not right. Some people said if you use just one longer screw so that you can bring the two halves together and then use the proper screws to fully screw them together. Okay, yeah, that method might work, but I'll explain to you why it didn't work for me. So there's the hub, took the hub off. Notice something? The rim is still together. It wasn't these screws that was forcing it to stay together. That's not fitting properly if they are. Okay, so let's pull this out. There we go. Yeah, that one's really good in there. There we go. It's all a question of friction and what has more friction and what has less friction. I'll explain. It doesn't matter which way you put them in unless you have directional tires, which I do. Looking at the rig on the floor now, okay, I know that this goes in on this side. Now I'm not going to try and put them both in at the same time and squeeze them together, because that's where most people go wrong. It doesn't matter how hard you try, the human cannot put the same amount of pressure on all sides of the wheel at the same time. No matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, you're never going to accomplish it with your hands. The part of the tire that sits into the inner ring, you want to leave that nice and dry, because that's where you want to have friction. You don't want the tire to be able to slide off of that inner ring, the bead ring, whatever you want to call it. So instead of trying to put them both in at the same time and pushing them together and then getting a longer screw and trying to screw them and forcing them together where you have the same amount of friction between the tire and the rim, the inner and outer rim, as you do the tire on the ring. What you need to do, and it's really, really easy, you take a little bit of cooking spray. Should have got the cooking spray. Here's the cooking spray I used. I don't think it really matters what brand of cooking spray you use. Yes, I shop at Costco and it's Kirkland brand, and it's actually really good cooking spray. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit on my finger. That's it, tiniest little bit. And I'm gonna put where the rim makes contact with the tire. I'm gonna put the cooking spray around that. Now, if you don't have cooking spray, I'm pretty sure all cooking spray is sprayable margarine. So if all you got is margarine, then take a little scoop of margarine out and dip your finger in. Don't dip your finger in the whole margarine container. Your mom will probably freak out. But just take a little bit of margarine, put it on your finger, and then run your finger around the part of the rim that's going to go inside the tire. What this is doing now is it's allowing the tire to have all the friction against the inner ring, as it still has, and this is going to slide in there without kicking any part of the tire out of the ring. And that's the biggest issue that I was having. And as far as I can see, it's probably the biggest issue that everybody has. I'm going to just put this on here just by itself. I'm not putting the outer one on. And I'm just going to push that in a little bit, just until it's semi-even. Then I'm going to put the tire, the whole tire, down a nice hard flat surface, and with my thumb I'm just going to push in the very center of the rim. So once I think I've got it in there, I'm just going to check, and I can see here, I can see in here that the rubber is all still in there. All right, nothing has kicked out, so that is great. Now, same thing. This rim, if I were to just try and force it in here now, right? Push down on one side, it's going to kick the other side out. Push down the other side, it's going to kick the other side out. And if you're using the screws as you screw to pull these two together, then you'll be kicking out the rubber from that inner ring just by doing that as well. So that's not really a fix. All right, so I'm just going to put it where the rim meets the tire. I'm just going to seat it in there until it's fairly even. Then I'm going to line those screw holes up and push down in the very center of the rim. I'm not going to feel anything. It's just going to stop kicking out. Look at that. Lined up perfectly. All my holes for the screws are lined up perfectly. I do not need a longer screw to thread this in now. These are lined up perfectly. I'm going to put this screw in. Look at that. It's already got a long enough thread out the back for the hub. I don't need to force it together to catch a thread. It's already. I literally just need to thread it on. I just need to put the hub here, if I can see it properly. Sorry, the lights are causing a bit of a shadow for me. And I'm just going to thread it. That's it. It's threaded. Done. I didn't have to put any force. And I could take the next screw, drop it in the opposite, or one of the opposite holes, just like a regular lug pattern. And I'm going to thread it in. I'm not putting any pressure on these rims. I'm not trying to hold them together while I thread this in. It's fitting absolutely the way it should. The bead isn't popping out. The rim's going on nice and easy. I don't need longer screws to start threads. And I'm not cursing and swearing like I was when I was trying to originally make this video. So I had to wait until I figured this out to actually make this video, which is why I put it off until after the run. Now I'm just going to go around, give them all a nice little torquing. So there you go. I can see through all the wagon holes in the style of the wheel, so I know that's lined up correctly, and the bead is not pulling out, even with the oil, even with the little bit of cooking spray on it. Once it's all tightened down, the bead will not come out of these guys. You don't need to make up some special apparatus to hold these together. You don't need longer screws to start the thread. You don't need longer screws just to mount them. Once the inner and outer rim is together, they should only be so long, and they provide you with the proper length screws. So using longer screws is not a fix, guys. And using one long screw to start the thread where you have to force the inner and outer just to get it to thread in, that's wrong too. You're not doing it properly if you have to do it that way. All right, and chances are if you're doing it that way, even while you're tightening down the screws, one of the beads of the tire is probably gonna pop out of the bead, and then you're gonna be pulling your hair out like I was. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. If you've got a set of these maybe kicking around somewhere and you're just so frustrated that they just wound up in your spare parts pile, I encourage you get them out again, because they're wicked, man. They're great looking wheels. They're nice and heavy too. They add a lot of nice low center of gravity to your crawler, which is, we all know that's what we want. Not only that, the offset of this wheel, the deep dish, I completely eliminated the extended hex for my stock wheels. So I had an extended hex on my stock wheels. With these wheels, don't need it. The offset on these are pretty much exactly like the stocks with the extended hexes. That's another reason why I really like these wheels, and I'm really kind of jealous of Morgan now because they look really sweet. I love the deep dish. I love that, guys. That's really, really cool. I really hope this was helpful for you guys. Until next time, keep on RCing, keep on keeping on. Ciao for now.